Okay, with that out of the way, we've got ourselves another key, and now we're heading ourselves back out here to collect more keys. And I tell you, this is probably, again, this place is probably going to take me like 3 parts because of how long and tedious. And it's only because of how many times you have to pause and unpause. Which, again, 3DS version is the superior version, in my honest opinion. But, that, it's, you know what's funny? Is that they'll probably never, ever report over the 3DS version to any other, to the Nintendo Switch Online, even if it's on the Switch 2 or whatnot, because of the dual screen. And like, that's a kind of a problem. Because that means Ocarina of Time 3D is basically trapped in itself. Like, it's trapped. It can't do anything. And that's what's really a sad portion about DS and 3DS games. Though I've seen some games basically come, actually become like a different game entirely by being ported to newer systems. What I'll say is now is that like the Zelda games like Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Ocarina of Time 3D, and Majora's Mask, those things are probably never ever going to get a repurpose. Despite everything. Oh yeah, this room here. You have to go over here and then you see this water spout everywhere and you can't get around it. This room's a little annoying because you have to get up here and hope for the best you can hit this thing. There we go. Barely you can touch it. You have to open up really quickly because that switch does not last very long. And you get down here and you get yourselves finally your compass. Which now you can finally see where you are on the map. Finally. Though to be fair, this map isn't very helpful. Yeah, I know I land on spikes, but spikes in this game barely do any damage to you. Like, look at that. That took like a corner. That took a quarter of a heart. Spikes should be more deadlier than that, you'd think. Anyway. Alright, now we gotta deal with the second floor stuff. Again, the whole front of this place is basically, you gotta grab as many keys as you can and get this water up to the highest level. Granted, you could go down into the other area now and, go through there beforehand, but I highly don't recommend it. Also, beginner's trap right here. You jump under the water spout here, and you hear a Tektite that lands right on you. Yeah, kind of a jerkish move, Nintendo. Not very pleased about that object. We need to use our berry bow to activate this. You can use bombs if you want to. The Goron special crop if you really want to. I think it's kind of more tedious in that regard. But anyway, we got ourselves to our third room. Now, here's something I kind of saw myself, another Let's Player do. And I'm surprised I haven't seen it sooner, and I'm hoping that I can work it out here too. So I'm going to place my my Farore's Wind here. And it should lock himself here. Alright, cool. Alright. So just in case we need to get back here for any reason, we can keep recasting it and be right here for it. Again, it's like, rarely do you ever see much. Like, my first playthrough of Ocarina of Time, I did not use the Farore's Wind. I just thought it was just a useless item. But, knowing how much Farore's Wind is showing your courage by running away is actually quite useful, actually, honestly. Because that means you can actively, get back to other places that where entrance of doors are. And knowing that this place you have to rise and lower the water all the time, having Farore's Wind right at the top portion is obviously an awesome ability. Granted, I wish you could put it multiple times and have one at the water at the beginning where you can lower the water to the very bottom, but we can't choose everything in our lives, we have to deal with the pain and suffering that is this game. Now, this room, oh, I hate this room so much. This room is that you pull this out, right? And you're like, well, how do you get back there? And you're most likely, this will be the last place you go get your last key on. I completely guarantee that's the case. Oh, I forgot to take off my iron boots. There we go. But yeah, there's there's like a key on the lower level, on the middle level, that basically has an eyeball switch and a hookshot switch. And you have to get the Longshot, the web item you get in this dungeon here, to actually go and grab it. I think we are already on the cusp of getting to the next area, which is down here at the very bottom. And that allows us to go into this northern part of the map here, where there'll be a lot of these spike enemies in their pits here. Whew. Well, you know, the iron boots, I'm surprised the iron boots didn't really make it into Tears of the Kingdom. You'd think that would have been great. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I kind of do miss underwater travel. You know, when I think about it, it's like they didn't want to put underwater sequences in this game, and I'm like, well, I don't know, but I feel like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom had an issue with this. Alright, we're gonna go, is it right here? Nope, we're not going that way. We need the long shot to get over there. Which means we gotta go elsewhere. And I believe it is, oh, that's right, I know where we're going. Let's we have to go get to the mid-boss. I believe now that's where we're headed to now. This is the room we kind of forget because, well, you think you've gone to this lower room, but no, this is upper room we have to get to. That's the room, because that one, going to the northern part there, that gets you to the boss key. Oh, and I see that there, does Barry pop up there? I wonder if it does, because Barry, oh, hey, you. There's something I haven't tried yet either. I'm going to test this. Because I don't know, because I see Navi go up here. And while basically this wouldn't matter, I'm going to try this here. So we go. Okay, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to try the Scarecrow song just to prove a point. No. Okay. So the Navi is basically just flying over and hitting and telling you, hey, that's a switch you can change the water from. Which is kind of annoying because, like, you kind of realize that Navi leaves for no apparent reason, just thinking that, oh, there might be something useful there. Oh, hi, Keese. Hello, how's it doing? Having a jolly good time, are ya? Oh, yeah, this room. Oh, yeah, there's also a gold sculpture here. You can't get it unless you actually get the long shot either. So again, this game kind of, like all the gold sculptures in the adult era, kind of taunts you like the way they did in the child era, where you couldn't grab them unless you actually got the boomerang. This is kind of an annoying set piece here. You have to be quick on your feet because you have this platform that's going down. And you have to climb up as fast as you can. If not, you're gonna be basically falling to the doom. It's because you can't really climb these rapids here. Come on now. And the last one's a little tedious because you have to reordinate yourself. We go up like here. Hit that hard. There we go. Oh man. Oh no! Where's the key I missed? Oh no! I'm missing a key. Oh, the life of me. Well, I'm just gonna take the loss here because that takes me to go back. I'm missing a key somewhere. I thought I got them all. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Oh, I know which key I'm missing. Oh, why did I think of that before? I made it through that entire thing, and now I have to go lower the water down to level 1. Come back to the tower, get to level 2, and go back the way I came. Oh, that sucks. You see, this is what this temple gets you. It's like you feel like you've gotten everything, and then you get to the point where you get to a locked door, and you're like, oh, I messed up because I missed this one section right here, and oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, that's what this dungeon does to you, folks. And I'm pretty sure guys down in the comments, that's not the first time that's happened to you in this dungeon. Which is, again, another case of why this dungeon is hated amongst the Zelda community. I would imagine it's probably been softer because, yeah, there it is right there. That thing right there, that bombable wall, I missed. That has a key in it. And now I gotta get up here and do this again. Ugh. Slight annoyance, that is, I tell you what. I knew I was forgetting something. It was in the back of my head. I saw it, I was thinking, and now I have to do this entire thing again. I would say if you play your cards right, you only have to raise and lower this area in the middle of the water here only really once if you actually do everything right the first time. Like once or twice. But not multiples than that. And that's what probably gets a lot of people, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get over here and have to do this multiple times, it's tedious and everything, and like, yeah, it's kind of tedious. I wish it was, you know, I wish you could just call on Ruto, you know, or a Sage's song. That would have been really nice. That would have been really good. Honestly, I think the concept of a co-op dungeon for this one specifically, like, it hints it wants to, you know? Like, because Ruto is supposed to be in this temple, you know? You saw her swim away. But then she's like disappears until the boss's place. And then that's all you see her from. And not only then, it's only her voice, you know, you only hear her voice. I would imagine if this temple was kind of like, you know, like a unique thing in Ocarina of Time, but this was the only co-op dungeon. Because that would make it, you know, this temple a lot more, shall I say, unique. That means Ruto would be the one changing the water, you know, you would have like a call sign, you know. That would be kind of cool, but it's not the case. But I would have loved this to be a co-op dungeon. And maybe you guys would think it too. That's probably why in Wind Waker they made all the second-hand dungeons, the temples, into co-ops because of the Sage ability. I'm like, that's cool and all. I wish that was a thing in this game. At least to the some point of the sages who are going to be sages, but they're not. Like Ruto, we all know that Ruto's going to be the sage. Like we all knew Darunia was going to be the sage, but Darunia was basically in a situation where he had to hold off the dragon long enough for you to grab all the Gorons to leave. Which kind of makes sense that the Fire Temple was kind of like a co-op dungeon in theory, in retrospect. This temple should have been a co-op dungeon by default. Just have Ruto have the ability to control the water, because that's what Zoras can do. They can manipulate the water. So, at this point, it's like, come on. Alright, so if we go up here. And then we get up here, and we have to watch out for the Tektites again. Let's do... Hey, how about you? Wait, I don't want to do this here. I wanted to go and get my magic power. And just warp myself up there to the higher, return to the warp points. There we go. And reset it. I wish you didn't dispel the warp point once you used it. I wish there was a permanent thing you could have stayed. At least though the magic power isn't as tedious, you know, it's not taxing on the mind or the magic meter. And thank goodness we have that enhanced magic meter, right? That is such a nice feature. That was such a nice feature. I will never look bad on Farore's Wind yet ever again, because that makes going around the water temple at least a little easier. Only by slightly if you want to raise the water up to level high. I just wish you could use it multiple times. Now that I got that key, we can come back here now and actually deal with this issue that we had at hand. Get these keys out of here. Now we can get through that locked door. It's a slight annoyance that we messed that up here. Oh boy. Come on, hit a hit. Oh. The hookshot is not long enough. Now, that platform down there, they left that there so that you can, you know, drop down onto there so you can grab the hookshot targets, you know, at one point or another, so you don't have to ride this elevator all the time. But you don't really need to do that unless you're really anxious about timing. If you're like at the very bottom here, you need to leave, you can jump on that platform as a way of escaping yourself. Again, that's the only reason why it's there, and I rarely ever get the chance to use that platform for whatever needs necessary. It's just that. Go, go! There we go. Yes! Alright, cool. Second round as a go-go, baby. Woo! Alright, time for switch puzzles. But first, the Tektites are going to basically ruin my chances of using this thing here. This is actually kind of a unique dungeon mechanic here of the switch here. Is that we have to use this multiple times to get across. Like once you have to get this up so you can use the hookshot targets here. But then you have to use this to... Oh boy. You Tektite jerk. Take that out of there, you. Alright. But now you have to use this switch now, which it can be done with arrows. You might as well do it with arrows. Because that's probably what there is to do it. But now we have to lower these things down and then use this target to get across. Again, I like there's a lot of there's like a lot of puzzle variety in this place. Which again is using a lot of water. Which is more than I can say for the fire temple, which didn't really use its gimmick of being a fire temple to much use. You know, like, using the lava to your advantage. No, it was just there. It was just a temple that was hot. You jerk. There. That's what you get, Tektite. If you mess with me, you get the Biggoron sword up your cutter piece. There you go. All right. Also, this is where we're getting about to be our first we're getting to the mid boss of this dungeon, and it will be probably the most interesting boss in the entire game. Yeah, more interesting than Ganondorf. I say that because of the significance of it. It also is kind of like a key point in my. I actually use this this area of the dungeon here as a kind of set piece. Oh yeah, we have a like here for no apparent reason. But you can use your Biggoron sword to clip through the spikes there and get yourself through. There we go. And now I think they give you magic here, which I don't know why. Because this mid-boss is actually resistant to magic. Resistant to most of anything, really. We come in here and, hey, we're outside! With a tree. This is a weird spot to be in the temple. We just walk out to the tree here, and this area, I believe, is like... In my story of the Dreamwaker story I'm making, I actually make this kind of a plot point in... about it and about this dungeon, about this place in general, is that this, and a lot of people think that this place was designed by the boss of the dungeon. No, I don't believe this. As we can see here, we can't get through, but we also notice that we don't have a reflection over here, except we have our self. It's over here. Our boss. It is Dark Link. Or say Dark Alexman. Conquer yourself. Now, a cool thing about this boss, it's basically kind of it has the same health as you do, and it'll basically mimic your every move. But it basically has programmed to have every item you do, but it doesn't use it. It only uses the Master Sword and Shield. But if you use the Megaton Hammer, the Din's Fire, or the Biggoron Sword, you can easily cheese this fight. Now, if you're using the Master Sword and you do a thrust, he will jump on your sword and act like all cool-like. And I think... There we go, and he's down. Not bad at all. I had a Biggoron sword to kind of use it. But it's cool how when the thing ends, is that this room is just a big old room in here. Now, my theory about this is that this room somehow coincided with Link's heart and his mind basically having... I would say this is where Link was having his mental struggle with himself. Like, am I really a hero? Can I really be this hero of time that, that multiple sages have done me at this point, And so, with his heart conflicted, his big worry came out to haunt him. His nightmare came out to haunt him, which was himself. Could he conquer himself? And it looks like he did. And we get ourselves the Longshot, which is awesome, and that is our best ability. Right there and then. Cool. Woo! But yeah, man, I tell you, I kind of make that my Dreamwaker story plotline is kind of revolved around this idea of Dark Link and everything. It's kind of cool, actually. Oh, this is... It's the Song of Time, that's it. Yeah, use Song of Time to open up this opening here, and we continue on to our next portion of the dungeon. Let's go.